What's up, you legends? Wanted to do a quick trade review, session breakdown. A lot of you guys were on live today, so some of this is going to be review, but for everyone who wasn't, or if you just want to review my thought processes behind the trades I took today. All right, so this is a 2-minute time frame right here. If you guys remember coming into the market, I'll zoom out a little bit. I'll actually go to the hourly so you can see. We had London highs up here around 145. We have London lows down here around 945. And then we had some hourly levels in between that we were able to take some trades off of around 109 and 21,010, as well as the OP here at 71. All right, so I'll go into the 5-minute and then I'll drop into the 2-minute and 1-minute as needed. But the first thing is we open up right here. I was going to be very risk off between really these highs, right? Where we had 8:30 news, we had PPI data, and London lows, right? So just really being careful through this area, only looking for some potential reversals and smaller scalps. So the first trade I took, I actually waited, a decent amount of time. We pushed down, swept some liquidity on the downside, rallied back up, and then I was looking for potential reversals up in this area in general. I didn't know if we were going to sweep news highs or if we were going to get over London highs here. But once we failed to get over the hourly level here, we took out this liquidity from the previous high right here, right? You could see we tried to get over, we pushed down, then we tried to get over again and we failed aggressively. I was actually very tempted to take an earlier short through here, but given the conditions, given CPI tomorrow, I just waited a little bit longer for extra confirmation. And I wanted to see us get underneath the OP and back under VWAP for a more confirmed short entry. So once we pushed down, we tried to get back over the open, and then we ended up holding underneath VWAP. I was able to get short right through here. My stop was going to be a 1 or 2 minute close back over top of the OP right here. I got short 5 MNQ. I'll just write this out. So got short 5 MNQ right here. And then I was targeting the hourly level for my first main trim. So this was trim 1. And I'll just put how many I trimmed. I believe I trimmed 3 MNQ here. So 3 MNQ right here. And then obviously we had another big push down right here. And at this point we were already up a good bit. I forget the exact fill, it was around 54. So 54 down towards these lows. We were up about 75, 80 points when I took this second trim, and I just trimmed to 1. And then I held the runner in case we could work our way down towards London lows, which we ended up doing way later in the day. But I got stopped out of that one runner once we closed over top of this hourly level. So I was full out right here. And that was trade number 1. I was very, very happy with that first trade. And then it was just time to wait because, yeah, we actually did get a decent setup here. If I drop down to the 1-minute, I actually would usually take a reversal setup here. If this happened down towards lows and we got this reversal model down here, I would 100% love to have taken that. But because it kind of happened in between this range in the middle of nowhere, wasn't so keen on it. Plus I was still in that short. But I just want to point this out for you guys, right? We did get an inverse fair value gap. So if this would have been a sweep and then we got a change in state of delivery, inverse the fair value gap and got over that level, this would have been an A+ long reversal setup back to highs. But because it just happened in the middle of nowhere, I was also still holding that short. It's not a trade we could have taken, but I just want to point this out because this is a really high percentage trade, especially when it's happening at an hourly level or at a buy side or sell side external liquidity level. All right, so that's that. From there, we just waited, right? It's like, okay, we're out of this. We can't really just force trades through here. We could, but low probability. So we waited until eventually we got back up into this area. At this point, there's a ton of liquidity up here, right? A ton of resting liquidity. We have highs, we have London highs. We've rejected a bunch of times. I would just go ahead and consider this whole area basically a supply zone right through here. So I would just put supply up through here. So this whole area for me is risk off. I'm only looking for reversals through this area, and then only longs if we can really break out of this range and retest and hold this area for a move up towards this next hourly level. So this whole area is risk off. Then once we push up into this hourly level one more time right here, we tried to push up, we rejected, then we tried to take out the high one more time and we rejected really aggressively. I was watching the 1 minute at this time as well and the 5 minute, and you can see the 5 minute bar we put in, super bearish shooting star reversal bar. So once this bar closed, I waited for that. Then I waited to see price push up a little bit. And then once we started to sell off again, I did take a starter short right through there. Just because of how many times we rejected in this area, top of range, seller stepping in aggressively. So I took a short through here, but I took half size. So that's really important to note. So I'll just write this out so you guys can have it. So half size starter, for me, that was 3 MNQ. Boom. And then once we got confirmation, we got back under the open, back under VWAP right here. We tried to push up. And then right here, once we actually more confirmed that we were going to continue lower, I added another 2 MNQ. Add 2 MNQ to my position right here in the middle of this bar. And then my stop, I trailed my stop back over the high of this bar at this point, because if we were to push all the way back up, get back over VWAP and start taking this area out, I wouldn't want to be in my short anymore, especially after seeing some buying pressure coming through here. So put my stop up there. That was around break even, maybe 1 or 2 points. I'm pretty sure it was like at break even pretty much over that bar. All right, then my target was hourly level for my first main trim, which was a really nice move. Right, so from original entry, this was from the ad, about 35 points. From original entry, about 60, 65 points. All right, so I was in 5. I trimmed 3 here, 3 M&Q trim, boom, at the hourly. And then my next trim came down towards these lows. So let me shrink that so it's a little more accurate. It was on this bar right here. And that was out full at lows, right? These lows, just to clarify. Boom. All right, so I was out full at those lows, and then again was waiting. And then once we came back up, I believe we had a bit of a fair value gap through here, but regardless, we pushed up back into the EMAs and the hourly level. We rejected aggressively here. And then on this bar, I was waiting to see what would happen. If I drop to the 1 minute, this is what I was watching for. I don't know why these circles are messed up. Hold on, let me adjust this to where my entry was. Whoop. All right, so we rejected up here. We left this smaller imbalance. And then once I saw we pushed into that and we started to reject, I did get short right here. And then again, my target was London lows down towards this area. So I got short there. This one was only 3 M&Q because I was trading on 25K accounts on this trade. So 3 M&Q here, and then my target was London lows right here. And it was just a straight down move. At that point, I was just out full. I didn't even trim. I just sold all of it right there. All right. And then my stop on this one was above the fair value gap and above this bar's high right here. All right, so pretty solid trade through there. I'll just map it out for you guys. So I was risking about 15 to get about 45. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw those for all of them for you guys as well. So short. So this one is right there. All short trades today. Really interesting. So that was there. And then this one obviously was a banger, but my main target was here. So I'll just put it there for you guys. All right. And then this last one, right? We finally were breaking outside this range. We had London lows through here. So this one I did take an earlier entry on, a little bit earlier than I usually would, but because we were not getting bought up aggressively, right? We got bought up aggressively the first time, then we came back down. I was expecting either a big reaction for us to maybe even get a reversal set up. But once I saw we were actually holding, respecting it on the 1 minute, respecting it on the 2 minute here. I took an earlier entry on this bar right here. So on the 1 minute, it looked like it was right here, right? We finally got a close, we pushed up, and then we started to come down. On the 2 minute, it was there. And at this point on the 5 minute, we had already closed a bar underneath. All right, so that's where I got my short. And then again, I was targeting this hourly level down here. Funny, everything was a short today. And then my stop was, I gave it a little bit of room, but it was just over this bar's high. And if we were to close a bar back over London highs, I was going to get out because I was looking for pretty much immediate follow through through this area. So I put my stop, it was about 15, 16 points up here. And then my target was this hourly level down here. I did take a trim right here after this first aggressive move. That was at about, let's see. So that was at about 37 points, and then main target was 55. So all pretty good risk to reward trades. Every single one worked out. Obviously it doesn't always, work out perfectly like that, but today, everything just kind of fell into place really nicely. And that was the full trading day. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. I'm happy to review my thought processes, what I was looking for, why I was looking for it, if there's any confusion. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for live trading again. Deuces. If you found this video helpful and you want to trade these exact setups live with me in real time in our trading academy, click the link in my description. You can do this completely free, no risk for 7 days. Check it out, see if you're a good fit. And in addition to all the live trading, you can join our weekly webinars. You can get your questions answered. You get to be a part of a kick-ass community, and you get to check out all of our really good trading and self-mastery resources. I hope to see you in there.